Welcome to the Listening Room, everyone. My name is Benjamin, and today I'm going to be reviewing one of my favorite Black Sabbath albums of all time. Now, this isn't my very favorite Sabbath album, but it is one that is very special and close to my heart. It was one of my earlier Black Sabbath albums, and just overall, it really meant a lot to me early on. I absolutely loved it, and I still do even more to this day. That album is actually the shirt I'm wearing, Born Again. So this album was released, pulled up the thing here, in 1983 on the Vertigo Records label in the UK, Warner Brothers in the United States. So if you know Sabbath's history, they changed lead singers and just personnel a lot, except for Tony Iommi, who's the lead guitarist, main riff master. He's been on every album, and but usually they have a personnel change on a lot of the albums outside of the first 8 of them actually. So Born Again is a weird time in Sabbath's history, and a lot of people did not receive this album very well, even though this was meant to be a supergroup. Ian Gillan is the lead vocalist on this album. He's been out of Deep Purple. He was on his own solo career, I believe, by this point, and then he and Tony met, and they decided, let's do a record together. I think that's how kind of it went, from that kind of perspective. So they came together. And Ian Gillan is a masterful singer, and I think he does a fantastic job on this album. So he would, of course, after this album, he'd go and reunite with Deep Purple again, and they released a few more albums before he'd leave again, but I digress. So he's lead vocalist on this one, of course, Tony Iommi. This was the last album to feature Bill Ward. He came back. He is the main drummer for Sabbath in the 70s, and in 1980 on Heaven and Hell, he left after the Heaven and Hell album was released. I don't remember if he even completed the tour. So then Mob Rules was released, and then he came back for this album, which he does always a fantastic job on it. And so then we also have Geezer Butler on bass. He does, of course, and I mean, everybody does an incredible job on this album, in my opinion, but Jeff Nichols does the keyboards, and I feel as though I am forgetting someone on this. Bill Ward, Geezer Butler, Tony Iommi, and Gillan. All keyboards, Jeff Nichols. Nope, I got it right. Okay, so yeah, here is the CD deluxe version that has the 2 CDs on it. So the original album, I'm going to go kind of track by track on here after I say a couple things. It was produced by the band and Robin Black. And I will say the production's very muddy on here. Because as far as I know, the original tapes got... I don't remember specifically what the whole story is, but basically the tapes got too hot and it made it sound not great. And I will say it works for this album to me. I know the production isn't like great or anything, but it works well for this album to me. So let's go track by track on here. Trashed opens the album. That's a really fast-paced, quick song to start the album. It's really great. It's literally about Ian Gillan crashing, I believe, Geezer Butler's vehicle, getting drunk and like driving and crashing his car. And then track 2 is an interesting one. It's called Stonehenge, but it's a keyboard-oriented track. There's like, I believe there's only keyboards on this, like from Jeff Nichols, and it's like just an interlude that goes into the absolute crazy, awesome, Disturbing the Priest for track 3. So you go into from this kind of trippy, like almost psychedelic sounding Stonehenge into Disturbing the Priest, which is an insane track, and Ian Gillan singing this is one of, if not my favorite vocal performances he ever did. I just can't believe like the sound is just creepy, heavy track, and I absolutely love it. Then there's another interlude called Dark. It's another instrumental that leads into the heavy chugging Zero the Hero, which is a great song. And then track 6, I'll just let you read it. Don't really want to say it out loud with the censorships these days. Digital, anyway. Great song, really like that track. It's very fun. I know it's not a favorite of a lot of people's, but I just thought it was a really fun track, and about just a rich person, a rich girl who just doesn't care, and it's a really cool track. The title track, Born Again, honestly is really amazing. It's slower, more melodic pace, but it's really great, and I absolutely enjoy it, and I think Gillan does a great job on here. And I think Hotline also, this whole album's underrated in my opinion, but like if anybody's gonna listen to it, it'd probably be Trash, Disturbing the Priest, and Zero the Hero. But like the last tracks 6 through 9 really are still amazing. Like Hotline is an awesome, very memorable track. I think that riff just really gets stuck in my head, and I really think it's a very strong track, as are most of the songs on here. And then Keep It Warm is really also, it's a great closing song. Another memorable track that almost feels a little bit, not quite chugging, but a little slower, but it takes a good strong pace going towards the end of the album. Now, I will say, if you have the original album, which I do down here, this is a Warner Brothers. This isn't a Vertigo record, but this is an original 1983. If you do have it, you only have those tracks all the way from Trash to Keep It Warm. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the liner notes because I think they're really cool. They were handwritten. Obviously, not every album was handwritten, but they handwrote the lyrics. Let's go ahead and show this. All this stuff here was, all these lyrics and stuff were handwritten, which is super awesome because, these aren't handwritten. This is obviously printed, but they handwrote it and then printed that on there. I thought that was a really nice touch that a lot of people just don't really they don't have a lot of personalization to them. And I don't know who handwrote them, but whoever did it, their handwriting is fantastic, and they did a wonderful job on here. So yeah, this is a really cool record, signed by all the members of the band. I was able to find that, but that was a really neat find. So this one obviously wasn't well received by a lot of fans or critics, but it did top. It peaked at number 4 in the UK and hit top 40 in the US. So when people got it, you either loved it or hated it almost, and a lot of people didn't really like it. It's had a more favorable time has treated it well, is what I'm trying to say. People didn't really like the album cover. You either love it or you hate it. I really think it's a cool album cover, and the story behind it's interesting. But yeah, so back to what I was saying though. If you have the original vinyl, you don't have all these cool bonus tracks. If you can get your hands on the 2 CD set, because the Fallen should have made the album, in my opinion. Even though I wouldn't take anything out per se of the original, I really wish they could have somehow squeaked the Fallen into it, because that song is so heavy and memorable and just incredible that I'm so glad it was found, because if it wasn't found, that's a masterpiece of a song that would have just absolutely gone to waste. I'm so glad they added it. They also have a really cool version of the extended Stonehenge on here, which is just more longer psychedelic sound. I really thought that was a cool instrumental track. I know nobody really talks about that as being cool, but the reason I got this deluxe version originally is because of the Stonehenge extended edition, because I was really big into instrumentals years ago like that. and I always thought it was really cool. And it's not like I'm not, but I'm really glad I got this simply because of the Fallen and the live tracks from live at the Reading Festival, Saturday, August 27, 1985. BBC Friday Rock Show broadcast. So basically on here you have Hotline. These are all live tracks. Hotline, War Pigs, which is Ian Gillan does an amazing job with these live tracks from Ozzy Osbourne. He does an awesome job, and he just sounds great live. Black Sabbath, obviously, he does great on. The Dark leads into Zero the Hero. Digital, you know what, which sounds really cool live, by the way. Like, all this is a really cool live stuff, but I thought that was really cool as well. Iron Man is awesome, really, really cool. And then Smoke on the Water, which was obviously a Deep Purple track, and of course, like, you know, that's his wheelhouse. It's a great song. And then it closes with Paranoid, which is obviously a really good song. So they have enough really cool stuff from old Black Sabbath. They also have the Deep Purple track, and of course the modern at the time, the songs from this album. If you can get any bootlegs, I really wish they would, if they have any official releases of it, and I don't know if they do. Hearing Disturbing the Priest live is such a treat. It is so good, and I think that hearing it live, if you can just hear it or get your hands on either a bootleg, or if there is an official release, to listen to that live and have most of the other tracks on here, it's just an incredible show, and I really wish, like, at some point I could have seen them live on that. But yeah, so what do I have to say about the masterpiece that is Born Again? The hidden gem, in my opinion. Now, not everybody's going to agree with me that it is a masterpiece or a hidden gem. However, I really love it. It was, again, one of the earlier Sabbath albums I listened to, and anytime I listen to it, I just can't get enough of it. It's so memorable. It's very heavy, and it's the supergroup that, like, in a way, I wish it would have continued, but if it had continued, I'm not sure we would have gotten the other albums that we have from Sabbath and also from Deep Purple, because Ian Gillan, they were only, like, together for a year, I believe, at most, and he rejoined Deep Purple, and they released the masterpiece that is Perfect Strangers, and I don't have a problem with that. And so, even though, like, it was a short-lived lineup and a very tumultuous time in this band's history, very chaotic, it still holds up better than it really did, in my opinion. And it's such a great album to listen to, and I cannot express enough my love for this album. I cannot, like, it's so good. It is so good. And while I am definitely glazing it, I don't really care. It's such a good album. So please check it out if you haven't, and especially the track The Fallen, which you can find on the deluxe, or you can listen to it on YouTube, whatever you want to do. I don't know how much that deluxe is fetching for nowadays. I got that years ago. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video, and check out Black Sabbath's 11th studio album, Born Again. And with all that being said, I have nothing else to say, honestly. I'm just rambling at this point. Please check out the album. It is so good. And I will see you all in the next video here on the Listening Room. Take care, everybody.